Hey, what's up guys? Man, super hot out. So this is a continuation of Black Betty's 3406B teardown, assessment, and rebuild. And so we left off on this thermostat housing. And look, I've had a lot of people be like, oh, you know, I do this, I've tried that, heat this up, do that. None of that's worked. I've heated this thing up enough that the aluminum started to sag, and it still won't turn loose of these bolts. So then what I decided to do was I would take the bolts off. There's a bolt behind this that holds this cover to the motor, and this housing to the motor. And I decided I was going to take the two bolts out that you could get to, and I'm just going to break this last bolt off, and then I'll get it out of the head at the machine shop, and we'll get new bolts and a new housing. I've tried everything. I've tried beating on this thing. I've tried to air hammer on this thing. It's just not happening. You saw me break a pry bar off. I've been using this pry bar. There's just no place to grab that thing that it'll stay under there, and there's just no place to get it. And it's irritating. It's just not going to come off. So I'm going to try and break this bolt off. It's not the smartest thing to do, but this housing is aluminum, and we'll just see, we broke that bolt off. This housing's off, and then we can just take and fix that broken off bolt later. Now, and you guys think you can get this apart without ruining it? See, I smashed that ear off, so there's nothing I can do about this anyways. But I can tell you, you ain't getting this thing apart. It just ain't happening. So if you guys want me to send it to you, so you can prove me wrong, that's fine too. But so now that's done, and we'll worry about this bolt that I broke off later, because there's plenty of broken off bolts in this exhaust manifold. Alright guys, so I'm about to manhandle this turbo off of here. This is going to be a good time. It's not super heavy, but it is a finger smasher, because you know, you got to get them off these long studs, and it is heavy. You know, it's not 500 pounds heavy, but it's, you know, chest height, and it is heavy. There you have it. Woof. Woofa. Oh boy. What are we gonna do with it now? We gotta put it on the ground over here, I guess. Man, I don't know what that thing weighs. It's got to weigh 80, 90 pounds probably.
No, those gaskets don't look too bad though. They actually look pretty good.
Only broke off 1, 2,
well,
3,
you can
4
still
bolts.
Get these.
Yeah.
This is the 3406B.
Yeah. And
yeah, you can still get
I'll take
these.
that head to the machine shop, and they'll put me new studs in it.
Yeah, man, look at that shit.
Yeah, a little rust in that one.
Oh, you can just feel it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. You can just feel it going back.
Yep. Alright, so on this side, we'll get this power steering reservoir off, and we'll put that over in the tote. With the intake manifold off, we'll get this this fuel pump, hand pump, and fuel filter adapter off. Finish getting the air compressor unhooked and get that off and in the tote. Not this tote, but the tote over there. And then we'll start getting the head off. We'll get the head off, and we'll get a look down on those cylinders. And then once we get a peek on that, then we'll get underneath. We'll get the oil pan off, and we'll see what the bottom end looks like. And then we'll have a full picture of what we're going to do here. So let me grab some tools, we'll get after it. All right, guys, so we got the intake manifold off. Wasn't very hard. Got the injector lines off. Got the intake manifold off. There's some debris up here, but this engine's coming apart. We don't care that dirt got down in there. I don't care. We're going to undo this wiring from the other side. Then we'll get these jakes off. We'll get them laid out exactly as they come off. And we'll keep all the pieces together. And then later this week, if we decide we're going to do the jakes on Tricia, we'll have everything in order. And we'll be good to go. So I'll get this wiring off. Take those off. Then I'll start breaking the head bolts down. And then that's when we're getting really close. This head is too heavy to pick it off by hand, so we will have to do some moving around, get some stuff moved over, get the forklift out, get it over here, snatch it off there with the forklift. But let's get them jakes off. I can get these with the tool, and these are 7/16, of course. Yep, of course. And then 7/16, I'm not gonna be able to fit it. Ugh. All right, Chad, you ready? All right, so listen, you guys got to be careful. You're gonna hold that pipe up. You're gonna put it on the end of this wrench, and you're gonna break these loose. Come on now.
Oh my God. This is huge.
Yeah, it's heavy. And you're not going to hit me in the face with it.
Which way are we going?
This way.
I was thinking.
Oh my God.
That's what I was
Let's take it back some.
Okay. Hold on. Right there.
Ready?
Yeah, wait.
Stand right here by garbage
Right.
and antifreeze.
Okay, come this way. Don't put your feet in the antifreeze.
That would be awesome.
Now, nice and gentle. Do not hit me in the face with this.
I don't know how much
Come on.
manpower you're going to need. Oh,
It's coming. It's coming.
there she is. There she is.
Keep coming. All right, let's go do it
Let's see if
again.
you can take the actual wrench and do it by hand.
Next,
Yeah.
we'll do one more of those. Okay, come on. Okay. And we'll break them loose. We're going to break all of them loose.
Hold that thing. Don't go too far. Oh. It's coming.
Yeah, it's like 350 or 425 foot-pounds.
On that?
Yeah. This
Okay,
holds the whole motor together.
4 of them?
Six.
How are we going to get that one at the back?
We're going to go from that
All
side
right,
and
let's
push
go
forward.
to the next one. We can just peel that off by hand now, probably, right?
This one's loose, this one's loose. Yeah. This one. I don't want to hit Crystal. The hood's fine. I'm going to move in a little bit more this direction.
Slide the track.
No, I'm good. Yeah. That wheel stopped it. It'll push all that shit. Don't worry about any of that. It's fine. It's fine. All right. Now what we'll do is we'll throw that chain around. We'll hook the back. We'll come around this and then hook the front. So it can't, you know. YouTube don't mind.
You want to hook it with the hook, right? That's
Yep.
the only way.
Will it hook it in there? Nope.
Go from the front. Go from the front.
Yeah, like
From the
this.
front.
Give me the hook. It won't go. It won't go.
You don't think?
Because it needs it. That's what we need those open hooks from that cable for. We really need that. Let's try and grab those cables. I'll try and find the thing. I put it somewhere. I saw it and I was like, oh, this is for the cables. And so I said, well, I'm going to put it right here so I know where it's at. And I don't know where that right here went, but it's not on this motor. This might do it. Here, this will do it. This will do it. This chain will do it. This chain will pick up 500-800 pounds. Let's do this chain. So we'll grab this like that. We'll put this up here, and then this chain will have to come down like this, and then we'll hook this chain over here like this.
God, that chain's so little.
That's what I was saying.
Hey, it's not the size of the wand, it's the magic inside, bro. Come on.
I know water stays right there. No, that's good.
Yep, and then that should...
Hold it.
Yeah, let's make this shorter.
Yeah, shorten it up.
What you do?
I don't know, some shit blew in my eye like one of them seeds on wings, you know? Like in a magic show. Hold on, let me lower that down, and then
Oh, it just popped out, that chain.
He'll figure it out. Figure it out. I'm gonna come down, watch yourself. Alright.
What the? Oh no, oil.
Oh
buddy,
shit.
Oil.
Of course.
Damn.
Oh! Don, what are you doing?
Don,
Pop Don. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a good thing there's
It looks just like it's mixing with water.
yeah, faux show. Oh my god, look at that one. That's supposed to be water. Look at all that damn water, man. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Somewhere around there.
I hope I ain't plugging everything in the cover too.
That's okay, I got mine going.
It's all good.
Hey, it's going into the shop, buddy.
It'll be fine.
Hey, drag some of that
It'll be
kitty
fine.
litter over.
It'll be fine. Here.
More kitty litter?
Hold on, hold on.
What's under the tar?
Let me think for a second.
Thank you for it.
Grab under the tar. What's in that box under the tar?
No, I got it. I got it. Don't panic. If I don't got to put down a whole bag of oil dry every time I work on something, I don't think I'm doing it right.
That's gotta be enough, man.
It's fine.
Oh,
It's
shit.
fine. Yeah. Breathe deep, guys. Breathe deep. All right. Which one of my buddies let me do that? Okay, so
There's only two of them here today.
Yeah, that one needs tightened on the front.
yeah. And then that thing needs to be on top of the fork. It probably ain't gonna work.
Well, we're probably gonna try and find out.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, tighten that up as tight as you can get it. Yeah, now slide it down, slide the chain down in that groove and leave that thing right there. All right, so then we're gonna put this pry bar through that hole, through the hole in the fork. Will it fit?
Yeah, on the other side.
Right there.
on top.
Will it fit?
No, it's too big.
Hold
We need
on.
Something smaller. Give
Hold
them-
on.
Fine.
Let's just see. That should come up now.
It's all right. I'm going from this angle and I can air drop everything.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
It's gonna come up.
That was a lot better.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, so that's right there.
Yep. Now. Yep. Be careful, dude. That thing weighs a lot. If it comes down from there, it's gonna hurt you.
Just making sure. Okay.
Okay. Come on this side, and
Give him that crowbar and let him
yeah,
lift up
and
there.
I'll have you just steer it, and I'll steer it straight, and I'll come up over this thing and back up. But dude, seriously, stay away from it. Like, don't put your hands under it. Put your hand like here
Yeah,
and just
just
steer
from the
it
top.
like this, okay?
I got you.
And then I'm gonna go up a little bit and back up. Just don't get under it. Don't get your fingers where it can get pinched, because that will take your fingers off.
Pull back on your fork straight out.
No, you're gonna be under it then. Be careful. I'll get over that.
Still back. Okay, you still back any? There you go.
Good. You got it?
A little bit higher.
Steer it, put it straighter. There you go. Now get away from it. Get away from it. All the way away from it. All the way away from it.
Hold on. Okay, got it. Woo, daddy.
That's a scary.
Yep, just leave it.
All right.
Don't even get around it. Nope.
What do you think? They look good?
They're not what I thought
They're
they were
not
going to be.
scored like you thought? That engine, honestly, that looks pretty good.
For being abused, it doesn't look bad. I'm pretty disappointed actually.
Yeah?
I'm just kind of looking.
Well, this is full of some garbage. What is this where the...
That's just the seals that I broke when I.
All types of gunk and
Yeah.
junk.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of garbage in
Yeah,
it.
but that's
though.
okay.
Okay.
This one.
See, these are just rubber. These are just seals,
Mm-hmm.
and so they deteriorate.
They pop out.
Yeah.
They pop in and out.
Yep.
And that's just what that lung bolt goes through, or what?
Nope, that's just a coolant passage. The long bolts go right here,
Gotcha.
like ding, 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 ding. But those cylinders, that number 6 cylinder is not great, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm going to take this head out here, but I'm kind of disappointed. I was expecting to see a lot more cylinder damage.
They're all kind of rough, but I mean, they're not like. How much is actually? How high is it going? If it's that's the highest as it's going, you know,
Yeah.
it's just build up.
Oh, my knee.
Not the least clean because they don't. You know, they hear it like
Yeah, the cylinders are not scored up hardly at all. Nope. I'll tell you right now, the rod bearing's out in the number 1 cylinder.
It looks rough.
Well, you hear it.
Yeah. Yep. Clinking in. Get your eyes up in here, good buddy. Get your eyes
Yeah.
on that shit.
Super disappointed
Thumbs down.
because they're not galled up enough to make that happening.
use Castrol.
Castrol GTX
Yeah,
would
man.
have saved this thing.
For real. Look at that shit.
Yeah, it's definitely not the cylinders that's the problem. And I mean, the cylinders are not great, but they're not what's tying it up.
Yeah, but you're spinning it. So what's tying it up?
You hear that?
It's taking.
This cylinder is definitely bad. So this rod bearing yeah. Oh shit, dude. Dude.
Dude, what's up?
Dude.
Watch.
Probably push it down with your hand, huh?
No. Watch. See how that piston didn't move? Watch.
Dude.
Okay, now watch.
It's stuck?
No.
Oh, that thunk?
Yeah. Either the rod bearing is spun in that cylinder, or the piston pin or the top of the piston's broke. But yeah.
Thunk.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say the crank's no good, so this motor's gonna have to come out.
It don't. I mean, it just seems like it's cranking. Okay.
It turns fine.
Yeah. Sickening.
Yep. I thought I was gonna be able to I thought these 2 cylinders are definitely low compression, but it's probably valve related. And when I looked inside, it looked like the cylinders were scored, but apparently they're not. And this rod bearing is what's making the metal in the oil. All right, now how's the picture look? Does the picture look clear? You didn't touch the lens with your greasy fingers?
Looks good.
All right, so the cylinders are not the problem. And show it on me. Can you see me okay?
Yeah.
All right, cylinders not the problem. I looked in them with the camera. I showed you guys pictures. It looked like the cylinders were scored. They're not. I had one or two guys say, oh, it's spun rod bearing, spun rod bearing. Absolutely. Absolutely it was. Also, looking at the pump, it's pumping fuel on every one of the holes. So this pump is probably good, which is another good thing. But I'll show you what, I hear a little noise. And remember, I heard some scraping when I was turning it over, and I think one or two of my guys were like, oh yeah, it's definitely spun a bearing. It has. And it's on this cylinder. Because if you watch, this piston comes to the top of the cylinder. Whoops. This piston comes to the top of the cylinder and it dwells. Okay. And then the rod starts going down. And the piston does not go down with it yet. And now the piston started going down. You can see that clear, right? Yep. Now I'm just going to push down on the top of the piston. You see that? That's probably the rod bearing is spun, and there's that much extra clearance in that journal, or the piston pin area is broke or damaged. But I'm betting it's just a rod. And this is the only one that I saw. That one's good. And what you do is just let it come to the top of the cylinder. And then when you start to turn it over, it goes past dwell and starts to pull the piston down. And then if there's any excess clearance in the rod journal, you could push the piston, it would go clunk just like this one did. And so it's the only one. And you can hear it every time I turn it. And if I had a breaker bar on this instead of a ratchet, I could just bang it back and forth. So you guys are right, I was wrong. It's not scored cylinders. The crank's probably bad. This motor's not going to be likely that this motor would be able to be repaired in the frame. So tomorrow or the next day we'll get the oil pan off. We'll pull the front rod bearing and look at the crank. And if the crank's scored, which it is likely because something had to be dragging the engine down when we crank it. And it's probably the bearing is completely gone and the rod is galling on the crank. But without looking at it, I don't want to make another prediction because I was like 99% sure we're going to see some scoring in the cylinders, and we don't. And so this motor is going to have to come out. Now I'm on the fence about what to do. I've got a motor that's getting built right now, but that motor was supposed to go in Tricia. This motor's going to have to come out. I'm going to have to get the crank turned, the block bowled out, and new bearings, and then it's a major. Instead of just a in-frame, it's a major overhaul. So we're talking, another $6-8 grand. But what I could do, take this motor, take it to the engine shop, get all the machine work done, slap the bottom end together. Hopefully in a couple weeks, 3-4 weeks, we'll have the engine built for Tricia, and I could swap that engine out and then take Tricia's engine and put in this truck. I just don't want to put, I didn't plan on doing a full restoration on this truck. It was going to be a restoration to a working truck, not a show truck, and I didn't want to put a major overhaul on the motor with a truck that's got 1 million miles on it. And so I'm on the fence, and we'll have to just see where it goes from here. This is a 4MG motor. It's a good block. Luckily they didn't run it long enough to blow this rod out through the side of the engine, so it is still savable, but again it is a major, not just the sleeves and pistons. Pretty disappointed, very disappointed actually, because I thought I was going to get away with putting $5,000 in this engine and getting it back going, but we're talking 10, 15, 18. Because it really, if you think about it, there's no sense in taking this engine to the machine shop and having just fix the crankshaft and put new bearings in it, put it back in here dirty. So the engine's got to come 100% apart, get it boiled out, make sure that the line bore of the mains are good, get the crank turned if it's good. If it isn't, buy a crank. new rods, new pistons, new sleeves. You get the cam check, you know, you're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in time and machine work and stuff. And you guys know, you guys know, you've all done motors. So we're gonna lick our wounds for a couple days and kind of decide where we're at with this project. But for now, old Black Betty, blam a lamb.
Oh.
Man. But appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate you watching today, and appreciate Garrett and Chad helping out and helping me get this thing apart.
Don.
And Don, the floor guy. Don, the floor guy. And yep, I put another couple gallons of greasy water on the floor, another bag of oil dry, you know, all in a day's work. But guys, I appreciate you coming by. Don't forget to like. Get it! Come on, give me another one.
Funnies I've had.
All right, guys, listen. That's it for today. I'm pooped. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe,
14.
and check out jamespretty.shop. Get you some swag. Come on, help support this channel. Let's grow this thing. I want everybody who's watching this to get me 2 subscribers. This is your job as a subscriber to the channel. You call up 2 people that have not watched my channel that you're friends with, and you convince them to watch my channel, like my content, and subscribe. Let's see if we can't triple the size of the channel by Christmas. Come on, guys. I'm counting on you here. I got big jobs here. I got 10 trucks. Oops. You guys don't know about that. Yeah, I got 9 trucks, and I need 4 motors. That's a lot. So come on, let's make it happen. Appreciate you, and we'll see you.